Now, for those fond of travelling abroad, there could be some light at the end of the tunnel, but it comes at a price, and possibly in more ways than one. The Transport Secretary has revealed that anyone coming back to England from overseas can reduce their quarantine time by more than half if they pay for a COVID test. Our business and global trade correspondent Paul McNamara reports.
This is what a business disaster looks like. Gatwick, a ghost town. But today, a glimmer of hope for an industry on its knees. Arrive at an airport in England from December 15th and your quarantine period will be just 5 days, as long as you pay £65 to £120 for a private COVID test. Ordinarily in a report like this is the moment where we would talk to passengers and find out what difference today's announcement will make to them. Only, well, there are none. Today, there are just 4 flights, 2 in and 2 out of Gatwick. On this day last year, there were 600 and 100,000 people flowing through here. The bosses of Britain's second busiest airport say today is a baby step forward. Giant leaps still needed.
Well, we certainly welcome the news. It's a positive step in the right direction. But I think really from our perspective, to truly open up travel to the sorts of levels we've enjoyed historically, we see that coming from pre-departure testing.
And this is an industry in desperate need. All of the major carriers have announced job cuts, with the airline industry estimating 30,000 jobs could go. On top of that, another 20,000 jobs at airports are also at risk. Work along the supply chain, and there are hundreds of thousands more. Some like Kate, who think today's announcement is a fig leaf over a very exposed industry.
I'm very angry. I feel that we're just being fed scraps from the government. The general public or a family of 4 or 5 cannot afford upwards of £150 for a test. It's not going to help us one iota.
To get back in the air in these exceptional times, the government admits there will be a premium to pay.
Travel is more of a discretionary activity, and people will need to see that there is at the moment, if people want to be able to have a test to be released, that additional cost involved in travel at the moment, and weigh up whether they want to go or not in the first place.
Whatever the cost, today's move has been welcomed by the boss of Heathrow. He just would have liked it sooner. What's been announced today is pretty much the same as what you've been calling for months. So could jobs have been saved if the government moved quicker on this?
Yes, that's definitely the case. And it's not just within the aviation sector, it's all those hundreds of thousands of jobs that rely upon aviation.
There are, of course, a few destinations that require no quarantining. And for everywhere else, a last-minute winter holiday has become a bit more possible than just a Christmas wish.